Hey there, Alberta. Welcome back to another deep dive into the issues that matter most to you. Today we're diving into a hot topic that's been making waves across the province. It's a subject that's been on everyone's lips, from coffee shops to boardrooms. Yep, you guessed it, Alberta's potential separation from Canada. This isn't just idle chatter, it's a conversation that's gaining serious traction. So, a recent poll has dropped a bit of a bombshell. It's got everyone talking and speculating about what the future holds. 51% of Albertans want Premier Danielle Smith to whip up a detailed plan for how Alberta could become its own independent country. That's a significant number, folks. That's right, over half of you want to see what life could look like outside of Canada. It's a bold vision, but one that many are curious about. But hold on to your hats, folks. The journey to independence isn't as straightforward as it might seem. If a referendum were held today, only 37% would vote yes to separation, while a whopping 63% would stick with the status quo. It seems there's still a lot of hesitation. So while there's curiosity, it seems like many are still on the fence. Now let's talk demands. What exactly are Albertans asking for? Premier Smith has laid out some hefty ones to PM Mark Carney. These aren't just minor requests, they're significant changes that could reshape the province's future. Albertans are rallying behind the idea of new pipeline access, equal federal transfers, and no federal restrictions without provincial consent. These are big-ticket items. These demands have sky-high support. 87% for new pipelines, folks. That's nearly unanimous. If Carney doesn't meet these demands within 6 months, 38% of Albertans say they'd be more likely to back separation. The clock is ticking, and the stakes are high. The pressure is on, and it's clear many feel Ottawa needs to pay attention. The federal government can't afford to ignore these voices. And speaking of Ottawa, Federal Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault is pushing back hard. He's not convinced that Alberta's demands are justified. He argues that pipeline expansion isn't needed, claiming the TMX pipeline is underutilized and that oil demand will peak by 2028. It's a contentious point. Premier Smith? She's not buying it. She insists TMX is near capacity and demand for Alberta's bitumen is actually growing. It's a classic case of he said, she said. But it's not just the provincial and federal governments in this tug-of-war. Indigenous leaders have their own stakes in this debate. Indigenous leaders are firm. Any talk of separation must consider existing treaty obligations. These are non-negotiable and must be respected. And the Alberta NDP warns of the economic and social risks of going solo. They argue that the costs could outweigh the benefits. So where does this leave us? Alberta is at a critical juncture, and the decisions made now will shape its future for generations. Alberta is at a crossroads, folks. The path forward is uncertain, but it's clear that change is in the air. Whether it's drafting a separation plan or pushing Ottawa for better deals, one thing's for sure, the conversation is just getting started. The dialogue is far from over. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for tuning in and staying informed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. Your engagement helps us bring you the stories that matter. And let me know in the comments, do you think Alberta should go its own way? Catch you later. Your opinions are what make this conversation vibrant and meaningful.